say hello and welcome everyone. As we gather for the launch of The Gift, I want first to take a moment to remind us all of a simple yet profound truth. People who are cared for care for others. This sentiment echoes throughout Dr. Zareen Ahmed's journey and is a cornerstone of the message we're celebrating today. So before we commence, I invite you to take a moment for yourselves. This is your time to ensure you're comfortable and ready to engage in this inspiring event fully. Make sure you're warm. I have a wrap with me. Maybe grab a cozy blanket if needed. And do you have a drink at hand? Maybe a cup of tea or water to keep you refreshed. Being comfortable and caring for our needs enables us to open our hearts and minds to the experiences and wisdom we'll share today. As we embark on this journey together, join me in creating an environment that allows us to be present, attentive, and receptive to the insights that await. I want to invite you all to relax and engage in our virtual gathering space. Enjoy the carefully selected and inspiring slides that we're about to share with you later on, and feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat. Let us know where you are in the world and how you came to be here. Thank you for being with us. And now let's get ready to dive into an event that promises to inspire us and remind us of the power of caring both for ourselves and others. So, I am Jeannie. I'm co-founder and CEO of a software development studio called Remote. We create software that scales purpose-driven businesses by optimizing their workflow. More recently, I became co-CEO of Aware Presence, leading the organization for a spiritual teacher called Rupert Spira. I chair the Shropshire Economic Prosperity Board, and I'm founder member of the Midlands Engine Business Council, part of the government's action to uplift and develop the regions throughout the Midlands. I'm your host and moderator for today's event, and I'm delighted to be part of this extraordinary occasion. As we gather here virtually from all over the world, let's take a moment to appreciate the unique opportunity that this event presents. Today, we launch Zareen's exceptional book, and moreover, we gather to celebrate the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of adversity. Now, allow me to set the stage for what's to come. Today, we are here to honor the journey of an exceptional individual, Dr. Zareen Ahmed. Zareen is not only a social entrepreneur and philanthropist, but also a beacon of hope and inspiration. Through her personal tragedy, she has channeled her grief into a force for global good, impacting many lives, including my own, and advocating for social change. The Gift is more than a book. It's a testament to the strength of character and the indomitable spirit of a woman who transformed her life's greatest challenge into a legacy of kindness and empowerment. Zareen's story reminds us that adversity in our lives is not a roadblock, but a catalyst for positive change. It inspires us to look beyond our struggles and see the potential within us all to make a meaningful difference in the world. Throughout today's event, we'll explore various facets of Zareen's journey and the profound impact of her work, from her insights into channeling adversities into impactful initiatives to the words of wisdom from our esteemed guests. Each segment of today's agenda promises to be enlightening and empowering. As we embark on this journey of discovery and inspiration, let us remember the core message of The Gift. It challenges us to transform hardship into opportunity and to embrace kindness as a guiding principle in our personal and professional lives. I encourage you all to participate actively in today's discussions through the chat. Ask questions and share your reflections. And don't forget, we have an exclusive offer of the ebook version of the gift available for a limited time on Amazon. Your support will not only elevate the book's standing, but also spread its powerful message to a wider audience. This event is a celebration of resilience, hope, and the unyielding knowledge that each of one of us has the power to make a positive impact in the world. Thank you for joining us today for what I'm sure will be a truly memorable and transformative experience for each and every one of us.
Thank you so much. I'm absolutely overwhelmed with the love that I'm feeling from you and from everyone here. And thank you everyone for joining. So ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, good morning, and what a joy it is to have you all gathered here for the launch of the gift. One woman's journey from tragedy to building a global business for good. Allow me a moment to, before I start, to express my gratitude, my deepest gratitude for my family, many of whom are here today, who, by the grace of God, have filled my life with unwavering support. Ash, my linchpin, whose love and support has kept me strong-footed through every storm. Fazan, my rock, he's like all the children I could have wished for rolled into one. And as they say in our tradition, he's the coolness of my eyes. My beautiful daughter-in-law, Anissa, my siblings, many of whom are here. You know, I love them so much. My extended family are together, collectively, are my safety net, woven with the threads of enduring solidarity. And through every trial I've faced and every risk I've taken, and I've taken a lot, I stand here, a very fortunate soul, embraced by their love, a love that fuels my every endeavor. Now, before we delve into the heart of today's celebration, I want to share a rather amusing tale from earlier this year, which taught me to always expect the unexpected. The start of 2023 brought with it a flurry of accolades for Gift Wellness. It was amazing, a true affirmation of our work. And, you know, when I pray in my quiet moments of prayer and reflection, what I ask God for is guidance to cross paths with people who will amplify our mission to do good. And it seems like the universe was conspiring in our favor. You know, it seemed like that, with all these accolades coming in, resonating with my intentions. But nothing prepared me for what followed. Behold, the headlines. So, in its boundless enthusiasm, the cosmos, it appears, may have overshot a tad. The Daily Mail had reported of an unnamed British woman of Pakistani origin, Pakistani heritage, as the new special advisor on diversity to none other than King Charles himself. And as fate would have it, some hot-headed journalist's imagination connected the dots to me. And I was at an innocent dinner party at my brother's, and all of a sudden it transformed into this scene of jubilant pings of congratulations. And before I could make a royal wave, this supposed royal appointment went absolutely global. from American business journals to the evening news in Pakistan, on TV, where my relatives were obviously beaming with pride. So I guess the message here is be careful what you wish for. But as my esteemed mentor, Daniel Priestley, whom you'll hear from soon, often says, you are who Google says you are. and though the universe's grand jest eventually realigned back to earthly realms, I stand before you not with a royal title, but with a story of transformation and hope and purpose. The essence of my journey began with a promise to my daughter Halima, a promise to honor her legacy by empowering women and girls who, like her, possess the potential to shape the world. This commitment sparked the creation of Gift Wellness, a social enterprise that at its core is a manifestation of kindness. I believe that a nation is defined by how it treats its women, and this belief has driven every initiative, from our menstrual products that dignify women's health to our mission to eradicate period poverty. Period poverty isn't just an issue, it's a reflection of our collective consciousness and the value we place on human dignity. And through Gift Wellness and the Gift Wellness Foundation, we've donated millions of menstrual products to those who in need. And we've reached women in the most desperate situations, from refugee camps to the streets of our cities. These efforts are not merely acts of charity, they are acts of justice, restoring dignity and providing the basic human rights that every woman deserves. The narrative of the gift, it weaves the tapestry of my life's work, each initiative representing an essential tile in the mosaic of a woman's life. These efforts are not just about creating products or services, they're about sculpting the kind of world our daughters and our granddaughters yearn to live in, and we want them to live in a world that's brimming with empathy and equity, equality and opportunity. In this metaphorical mosaic, each tile bears the imprint of my journey, reflecting the life of aspiration, even from the depths of despair. And so the book cover, you see, was created, crafted by my own hands. It's a tangible representation of my journey. With each stroke of paint and blend of hues, I imbued the canvas with my soul's colours, transforming turmoil and grief into a vision of beauty and strength. This design mirrors the evolution of the Halima Trust into the birth of Gift Wellness, symbolising how the fragmented pieces of my experience coalesced into the vibrant image you see before you today. A living emblem of resilience and the emergence of a transformative legacy. In every form and contour of the design on the cover, my hope is to offer not just an aesthetically pleasing artwork for your bookshelf, but also a profound reminder of the essence that it carries. May this book serve as a beacon of the resilience and transformation within us all, standing as a testament to the enduring power of love and the boundless potential of a promise fulfilled. Let it be a daily inspiration that from the most profound grief can emerge the most beautiful and purposeful legacy. Today I'm filled with pride and honour as we're joined by a real who's who, some of the incredible students and dedicated teachers of the Halima School of Excellence, a testament to my beloved daughter's vision. I'm profoundly grateful that God has blessed me with thousands of daughters now, and each is a beacon of hope and change, each carrying forward Halima's intentions to make the world a better place. And soon we'll hear from some of these, my VIPs, and inspiring young women themselves. Our work transcends the boundaries of charity. We're pioneering change in the workplace through our female-friendly workplaces initiative, leveraging virtual reality to foster empathy and understanding. And you'll hear more about this from Danny in a little while. We're engaging employers to supply free menstrual products in their washrooms, breaking down barriers and creating inclusive environments for all women in every setting. My journey has been so richly coloured by the incredible mentors and friends who surround me, whose wisdom and support have been unfailing. Their presence here today is not just a gesture of camaraderie. It's a testament to the pivotal role that they've played in bringing the gift to fruition. They've been my confidants, my inspirations, my guiding stars, and for that I am eternally grateful. We believe, this family believes in the power of unity to tackle global problems, especially those affecting women's human rights. Women do bear the brunt of wars, and it's a message to world leaders that the strength of a nation lies in its compassion and equity. Indeed, your nation is defined by how it protects the dignity of women, of its women. The narrative of the gift is a call to action for each one of us. It's a reminder that the adversities we face can fuel our greatest achievements. It's a story of how kindness in business is not just a philosophy, it's a strategic and heartfelt approach to creating lasting change. So as you turn the pages of the gift, I hope you will discover not only my story, but also the reflections of your own potential to craft a legacy of kindness and impact. I want you to let this book be a reminder that no matter our trials, we are capable of extraordinary things when we come together, driven by a shared vision and uplifted by those who believe in us. So as you embrace the message of the gift, I invite you to join us in this mission. Support our cause through your purchase power by buying our ethical products, share our message, and become part of a movement that is redefining success in business and leadership. Together we can build a world where the measure of progress is not just economic growth, but the elevation of human dignity and the empowerment of every woman and every girl. Because when we lift women, we lift humanity. I want to leave you with a sense of gratitude for your presence, your love and your support, and your commitment to change by being here. Let us unite in the spirit of the gift and work towards a future where kindness reigns supreme and every woman's rights are upheld as a standard of our collective humanity. Thank you once again for being part of my journey, and let us continue to strive for a world where every woman can paint her segment of the mosaic with bold strikes and courage and unwavering determination. Now, please join me in celebrating this launch. Enjoy all the wisdom from this who's who that's here today, and insights of our esteemed guests. And together we will be the change we wish to see. on our shared path to empowerment and transformation. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeannie. Just going back to that funny and fictitious media story about Zareen becoming the monarch's advisor. Actually, I was quite looking forward to becoming the king advisor's consort. So that'll have to wait for a few years. A very good morning to everyone. I just want to say a few words about Zareen. Since 2007, November has always been a very difficult month for us to navigate through emotionally. With Halima being born on the 3rd of November and passing away, sadly, on the 26th of November. It's very poignant that the midpoint of those two dates is today, the 14th of November, so which just happens to be the launch of Zareen's The Gift. Now, having been married to Zareen, a girl from Dudley, and we did have a prenuptial agreement that she was to tone down the Black Country accent. Having been married to her for 36 years, you would have thought that you'd learn all you would need to know about your life partner's qualities. But Zareen never ceases to amaze me. I can say, had it not been for Zareen's mental fortitude and unwavering faith and belief, which did rub off on me, I don't think I could have coped with the loss of Halima. It has been an amazing journey, and to have Zareen as my life partner, side by side, through the trials and tribulations has been really, really humbling. To watch and see Zareen grow and immerse herself initially in the Halima Trust, and then Gift Wellness, and then everything in between, from being a mother to being a grandmother. I guess it was always inevitable a book would surely follow. I mean, I've plucked up the courage to start reading The Gift. I've just got into the first chapter, which is, tragedy to where are we? The chapter 1, tragedy to purpose. I hope everybody here actually enjoys the book. Right? I'm sure that you will. And once again, I want to thank everybody for joining and sharing in Zareen's special day. So, Jeannie, back to you.
Thank you, Jeannie, and thank you for your kind words. And really, I want to say that Zareen's book is a gift in all senses of the word. We are incredibly honoured to be publishing this book at Rethink Press. I've been on a mission for some years to empower more women to write their books. And I couldn't be more pleased to have Zareen as the perfect role model in having done this. It's so important to get women's stories, women's experiences, women's businesses out there. And the book is an iconic format. And Zareen's own design of the book has made it iconic in itself. It's just a brilliant and a beautiful thing. And what Zareen's book contains, as everyone has said so far, is that it is an incredible story. It is inspiring how Zareen has turned the most tragic event you can imagine in a family's life into something inspirational and positive, and a gift in itself to everybody who has come into contact with her and her journey. And she has not just made a business out of it, but she is a force, and she has created a force for global good and social change. And it's not just her story that is in this book. It is a really practical book as well. So in it, you can discover how personal adversity can become a catalyst for positive global impact. It's not just Zareen saying, this is what I did, but this is what you can do too. So she really teaches you how to establish and run a successful social enterprise. It is very, very practical. It's about how we can all personally recognize the power of perseverance and faith in overcoming challenges, and how to foster a purpose-driven brand, which is becoming more and more important, that really resonates with a target audience. And also the transformational potential of business as a tool for social equity and change. So I just want to congratulate Zareen for having done such an exceptional piece of work and putting it all into, that what I think is one of the most important formats that there is, putting it out there as a book, which goes out into the world and talks to people that we could often never personally find or come into contact with. A book will go to places where other formats, other ways of communicating don't go. For me, the book is something really, really special, and Zareen's book is particularly special. So I just want to say congratulations to you, Zareen. Thank you for publishing with Rethink Press. It is an absolute honor to be your publisher. And to say to everybody, pop along to Amazon now, buy the Kindle while it's only 99p, and help this book get to a #1 slot, so we can all help to get the word out there and get Zareen's book, get the gift into the hands of all sorts of people who will benefit from it, who don't even know that it's out there yet. But the more people who buy it, the more people who see it, the more we talk about it, review the book on Amazon and say how wonderful it is, and it will really help get everything that Zareen has, Zareen's message, out there to the world. So thank you very much for publishing with Rethink.
Thank you very much. What a very special day, and what a great honor to speak at your book launch, Zareen. When we think about a gift, normally the first thing we think about is opening the gift. And this is a very special gift because this is a gift that opens us. So when you get a chance to read this book, what you'll discover is that this is one of the very first gifts that opens you to something new. And it is a bit of a role reversal of what normally happens with a gift. It opens you to new levels of compassion, to love, to a lightness, to a level of resilience that you probably weren't tapped into before. And it also opens you up to innovation, and it opens you up to entrepreneurship. And I want to acknowledge Zareen as an entrepreneur. I want to acknowledge her as an amazing leading voice in the entrepreneurial community, and someone who is a rising star in the entrepreneurial community, someone who's inspiring a lot of entrepreneurs with a new way of being an entrepreneur. We live in absolutely extraordinary times that anyone with an idea, anyone with a passion, anyone with an inspiration can start a global business. And it's incredible to think that we live in a time where you can turn that idea into something that impacts people all over the world. It used to be the thing that only multinational corporations with billions and billions of dollars could even conceive of. But here we are in this time in history where you can start with an idea and a passion, and you can create a product. You can have that product sourced in different countries. You can sell that product in different countries. You can then take some of those profits and proceeds and impact lives in different parts of the world. All of this can go whizzing around at light speed. And more than that, you can share a message at light speed. Your business can actually stand for something. You can have a business that is a force for good. In every single way, Gift Wellness, Zareen's company, is just a global force for good. The way that she runs the business is absolutely extraordinary. The way that she sources the products and her supply chain oversight and management is totally extraordinary. The way that she looks after every single person in the supply chain, the way that she connects with every single customer, and that she wants what's best for every single customer. She wants to positively impact the lives of every single person who receives one of her products. The way she looks after her team. And most probably profoundly is the way that every single product that is purchased becomes a gift in itself, that people who buy products are actually gifting products by default. The buy one, give one concept that Zareen has put into the process is, you know, an incredible and profound way of impacting the world in greater and greater levels as her business scales. So as the business becomes more successful, more and more people benefit in every single way from this business. So it's an amazing, profound template that we should all be looking at and following. I think Zareen has offered very kindly to call me someone who she thinks of as a mentor, but in many ways, I think Zareen has taught me more about business than I've taught her, in witnessing the way that she's built this business and seeing that she's become a total force for good in every single way that you can run the business. It's inspiring and uplifting, and it's something that I want to share that message more and more. Another word for a gift is a present, and I think this moment is a moment to be present to what Zareen has created and all the different aspects of it. And I really want to encourage every single person to not just buy this book, but to gift this book. This is a book that you should be gifting to people. We're coming into the season of gifting for many of us, and I think this is something where you want to buy 10 copies of this book and gift them to people that you love and spread the word. There's something that happens that's a little bit magical with books, where the book finds its way into the hands of people that you normally wouldn't know or wouldn't be able to connect with, and then magical things happen as a result. So this is not a book that you buy for yourself. This is a book that you buy for somebody else. It is a gift. And I really want to encourage you to be part of Hamalia's legacy in gifting this book to someone who you think this book should be in the hands of someone that needs to hear about this story and continue that amazing legacy that we've all heard of and become aware of. And I just want to say that it's an absolute honor to see Hamalia's legacy advance in this way as well. And thank you so much for what you've done with everything you've done, Zareen. Congratulations on a wonderful book.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Jenny, thank you so much, Dr. Zareen Ahmed. And what I was saying is I hope that some of the doctorness has rubbed up on Dr. Ash and Lucy and Dan Priestley. I can just say that the feelings that I share with you this morning is one of heartfelt privilege and honor. I can remember the first day I met Zareen, and I'm going to call her Zareen in my remarks. And I think the moment that we sort of talked to each other, moment we shared our, experiences of life, of our love for our children, we connected. I think that there are moments in life when, as Zareen said, that it's like ready-made. It's your destiny. You're walking towards it, and the differences that makes to those moments in life. And I too here want to acknowledge Halima. I never met Halima, but throughout all our moments together, between myself and the relationship that we have developed, Zareen and I, we've lived her aspirations, her thinking, and the book emanates every page that collective determination of mother and daughter. I could see her on each of the pages that I read, and it was such a I don't want to overuse the word honor, but I did feel such a sense of honor that I was asked to look at the book and to read the book in its very rawness. I don't know how much has changed since I read it, but I think Dan is right and Lucy is right that the book invites you to make the changes as you go along for yourself. And I think you said that, Jenny, too, that the book is a journey to not not self-discovery, because I think Zareen is a very self-certain and confident human being. And I think that's why she's been able to withstand much of the pressures in her life and then rise above it, like a glorious sunshine. And I think the mosaic on the book really reflect. I just imagine her book cover would be like that, and that her illustration of her journey and the way that she cites men and women. I don't think it's just about women, empowerment of women, which I really appreciate, because it's a journey for each of us, and we can connect in and out of any of the paragraphs, any of the passages of the books, and say that, oh, actually, that reflects the kind of ambition I have for myself, or yeah, I can do that. So I think it was so important in that sense. Zareen was one of the first person I thought of when we were examining this exhibition on women, celebrating women, Muslim women's contribution on a project called Change the Script. And because of COVID and various things, it didn't happen. But she, for me, was the pivotal, person to highlight in the way that she has changed the scripts of the way, any woman is looked at, any woman's experiences, but more important, a Muslim woman's experiences. And I think that the work that, the contribution she made, I've been to Lebanon the day after it was bombed to smithereen. And when I was reading the pages of her contribution to Lebanon, my skin stood up on my hands, like kind of I was shivering, because I relived that experience. But and we took lots of medicines and things. And it occurred to me there and then that even I, as a woman who'd been in this field of advocating for women's health, advocating for women's reproductive rights, that I hadn't thought of the fact that women would have needed pads, right? It's so simple. But we took some, but I didn't do it deliberately. So I think her campaign, I think the book is also a campaign which will resonate to many of us who are engaged with people who are actively present in conflicts and wars. I think so. Thank you so much, Zareen. There's so much that I can say. There's so much that I feel about you as an incredible human being and such a powerful advocate for women. But I think you captivate, in essence, hope for any person undergoing adversities. And Zareen will know, I have been through some myself, including, journeys with 2 disabled sons. And I think that so much will be of not just collective sense of understanding, but also collective sense of purpose, that we can overcome the grief, in reflection, in prayers, but more importantly, doing something for others, and so the gift to others is what resonated with me. And I think Zareen herself is a gift to others, and I've said this to her again and again in our brief counters. I think leave alone King Charles for now. I think you have to walk into the Lord's and change some of the paradigm that we're stuck in. And as the first Muslim and first Muslim woman in the House of Lords, I can tell you the kind of passion that someone like Zareen can bring to a place like Parliament is of immense importance. And I hope that she will walk with King Charles into a House of Lords, and because I don't think that you want to, you have the time to go into the House of Commons. So I hope that we will not only continue to be this exceptional in this exceptional relationship as sisters, but also as colleagues. I will do my utmost. I've always been committed to advancing some of the work that Zareen has been committed to. But I'm with you. I want to be with you. That's why I'm here. And I want to support you. And thank you for writing the book. My final comment is that writing a book must be incredibly difficult, because how do you explain all that you are on a page? And that's one of the factors that's always prevented me from even, contemplating penning my words into a page. But you have done it in such a serene manner that you were able to convey the messages that you always convey in conversations. So I just want to say thank you, Zareen, on behalf of all the women who will look to you, who have looked towards you for support and encouragement and feeling sense of self, and that and sense of pride as a person, as a woman. And you are absolutely a serial entrepreneur. That's how I've always seen you. And I'm glad that Danny's holding you to focus. But yeah, no, never be held down for too long, because I think you exude passion, you exude kindness, and you have gifted us an amazing a sense of yourself and the work and the contribution that you made to humanity. And I can only congratulate you and remember you, Ash, Halima, and Farzan in my prayers, and on and on. You will do everything you have touched, from that adverse point, which must have been the most, I can't imagine, I've said that, I cannot imagine what it was like as a mother. But everything you've done has been a gift to us and humanity. And Halima will have been so proud of you and will continue to be looking to you to do more. So thank you. It's very difficult for me to say in words how I feel, but I hope that I've been able to at least explain a little bit of my emotion, encountering not just you, but your book, The Gift. Thank you very much.
God.
Thank you so much, Jeannie, for the introduction. Good morning. We're still good morning. Good morning and Assalamu alaikum, everybody. First of all, congratulations, my beautiful Zareen. It's just so beautiful. Like, I feel I'm at home on my own, but the energy in my house, the energy in this space is just so beautiful. So thank you for letting me be a part of today and to share in your success. Now, what do I say about Zareen? And I'm sure I've got like a very short time limit, so I'm going to try and put in like the key essence of what I take from Zareen and who I see Zareen to be for me. She's a friend, a big sister, a role model, a mentor, and a super inspiration to me. I met Zareen 17th of November 2018, so 5 years ago. But we actually, I think, if I'm correct, we probably spoke around about the 14th or 15th of November. So having suffered with endometriosis for over 20 years, I wanted to do something, so I organized an event where I was going to raise awareness on endometriosis, and I had some international and UK and Birmingham-based endometriosis specialists speaking at the event, and I got a call from Zareen to say, can I have a stall at your event? And this is who I am and this is what I do. And that's where it all started, and it's going to continue. And Zareen came along and with the gift wellness products, and was talking about her work to the guests, and she had also donated a hamper, which we then auctioned, and it really, really raised awareness and really brought to the conversation around like period poverty. And it's one of those things that we don't talk about, but we know it's there. But when you have a pioneer like Zareen in the room talking about period poverty, you start to get the ears and the attention of people thinking, oh, okay, let's listen and pay attention a little bit more. And so that's what happened there. And Zareen, you also came on my radio show. We did a radio show, I think it was just before lockdown, and just listening to her stories. And I can listen to her stories again and again, because every time it's a different version. Every time you take something different away, and I'm sure it's going to be the same with the gift. Every time you read it, you're going to see something different. Every time you read it, you're going to take away something different. You're going to learn something different. You're going to grow as a person. And like Daniel said, it's normally you open a gift, but I think the gift is going to open the readers, definitely. Coming to you as a person, Zareen, as an inspiration. Like, let's take the word inspiration. Inspiration is something that where you feel a connectedness of specialness. Like there's something special when a person in front of you or a person that you know inspires you. And that, with special comes gift. It's a gift because that person is giving you something. It's a blessing. And that's what you have been, not just to me, Zareen, but to women, young girls, men, everybody, not just here in the UK, but globally. And I'm like reading the messages that are coming up from the young women and the team at the Halima Trust who are here online, and reading their messages. Like, it's blessings. They're so grateful to God and grateful to you for what you bring. So me and Zareen, we connected, we started talking, and, shortly after, in my own personal journey, in June 2019, I had a hysterectomy. Then I went into surgical menopause around about September 2019. And I think, I'm listening to this now and I'm thinking, do you know what? When you inspire somebody, you plant that seed. Your story plants a seed, and you don't know how that is growing within a person. What they take from it, what fruits they're taking from that seed that is growing within them. And I think it connects to you, right? And I'm gonna apportion it to connecting to you, because when I started, I couldn't find anywhere where I can go and talk about menopause and get information about menopause, particularly as a ethnic minority Muslim woman. There wasn't conversations happening, and there's, menopause is such a huge, and we see it. We've got the likes of Davina McCall and various individual celebrities talking about it. But as a Muslim woman, the challenges that I was facing, I couldn't find that space. So I went and created Menopause Talk, the CEO and founder of that. And now when I'm thinking about it, so we listen to everybody talking here, there's a seed that you planted within me on how to channel your pain into purpose, how you take your pain and benefit others, how you take your story, your scars that map the journey of your life, and you channel it and give to others. Zareen, so I want to thank you for planting that seed within me. And as a result, the ripple effect, I started last year in October, a year on, and I've reached out to more than 300 Muslim women on the topic of menopause, running face-to-face workshops. So thank you, Zareen. The other work that we've done with Zareen, so it just so happened, as trainee lawyer, I moved on after my hysterectomy, and I went into the humanitarian charity sector. Complete different ends of the spectrum, but you got to go where you're placed in life. You just got to go. And then I started having conversations with Zareen, like, Like, let's do some stuff around period poverty. Like, I really, really love to work with. And I remember meeting Ash online virtually for the first time. We had a Zoom meeting, and we were trying to do something in the UK. But I think the logistics and the difficulties and challenges that we had around lockdown just meant that we couldn't get that off the ground. And then so when the lockdown eased, and then we talked about doing some distribution of sanitary towels in refugee camps, Syrian refugee camps in Lebanon. And my gosh, the excitement and the thrill that ran through every cell of my body. I was like, oh my God, Zareen, we're doing this. You know, we're doing this. And it's not just about period poverty. It's being able to, like, when I was going through endometriosis, I'd speak at events. And as soon as I mentioned the word period, you could feel the tension and, oh, like people wanted to climb under the table or hide under the chair. And so working in, you know, a leading Muslim charity sector, and I think it's not just a Muslim, I think it's generally, you say the word period and people get a bit uncomfortable. So it was getting people to become comfortable. Then you can start to navigate and go into the bigger picture. And that's what we've done, Zareen. So it's not just about the distributing of the sanitary towels. Unfortunately, I couldn't join Zareen when she went out last year in August because it was my niece's wedding. But seeing the pictures, like, and the content that was coming through and the conversations that my colleagues were having about Zareen and her commitment and her passion and her enthusiasm and her story and her journey, I just was lighting my heart up, my soul up. And I was like, this is my Zareen. You know, this is something that we talked about 5 years ago, and it manifested into a reality last year. And it's going to continue because we're in conversations to do more distributions. We're looking to get some sanitary towels out into Gaza with the conflict that's happening and the things that are going on the ground right now. We're looking to do another one in the borders of Turkey. So the Syrian, so we're working on this. And I'm going to finish off with me and Zareen, whenever we meet, whenever we sit down, we talk for hours and hours and hours, and like the conversations are just so beautiful and so meaningful and just so like ambitious. You know, Zareen, I learned from you to think big. And like Daniel Gray, like you really have to think big. And I was talking to you about other projects that I've got in the pipeline that I would love Zareen to come on board and support. But I was super blessed again earlier this month to go on a trek with Zareen to the Peak District. And it was raining. And as a big sister, she messaged me the day before. She said, it doesn't matter, we're just going to have fun. If anything, we're just going to have fun. And what was really interesting, and I just want to say this, is that the plan that myself, and we had a parent coach on the trek with us, and it was a ladies only trek. And what I wanted to is create that space where women can just come and be and relax and let go of the worries of the world and just drop them down and be present in nature and connect with nature, connect with each other and connect with the self. And so I had a parent coach who came on the trek with us to navigate and facilitate those conversations. And Zareen, you didn't know this because I had no discussions with you about this, but the theme of our conversation was stepping into your light. And behind that, we wanted to talk about how you take your pain and turn it into purpose. You know, and like you said, the universe comes together for you, and our universe versus on the day that on 4th of November when we did Peak District came together, and we had a lot of those conversations. And at the end, Zareen very kindly gifted some of her products to the ladies who were on the trek, and I handed the coach floor because it was raining, so we did our session in a very small coach. Everybody cuddled up, and I handed it over to Zareen, and Zareen's story and journey it just fitted with turning pain into purpose. And that was so beautiful. And the women, I have had messages from them saying that how you inspired them. Whether they go out and set up a business, whether they go out and write a book, whether they just sit with themselves and say, this pain is okay, because look what Zareen did with her pain. And we are going to move forward and we are going to grow. And I love Zareen lifted herself, and as a result, she's lifted so many hundreds and thousands of other women and will continue to do so. And may this is a beautiful legacy, and I'm so honored, privileged, and blessed to be a part of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And I do apologise about the noise behind me. It's been really quiet the whole time, and all of a sudden everybody has turned up here for lunch. So thank you so much for inviting us to be part of this. It's truly a gift for us to be on this journey with you, Zareen. And just to reflect back on when we really first came across you, and that was listening to the podcast that you shared through Dent. And it was at the point back in sort of 2020 where we were designing our Pathway to Partnership programme, which is for GP partners in England. And we knew as part of that, for our 2 days on strategy, which can be a very dry couple of days, we needed somebody who was going to bring vision to life. And through that period, that's probably been the hardest for many generations within healthcare, to bring that positivity that that can do, and really that vision that anything is possible. And once we'd heard you, we knew we had to get you into the program to be that keynote speaker, to bring that that positivity to a group of people who had gone through real adversity. So serendipity provided that you were the mentor to Steve through the KPI program, and we were able to bring you into that first cohort back in 21, and you've been delivering that keynote speech for the last 4 cohorts. It will be 5 in January, and you can see during that session at the end of those 2 days, so it's day 4 for the participants, but 2 days of strategy and talking about governance and vision. And actually, when they hear you and the story that you told just then about seeing the article in the magazine and that in the airport, and you can feel the shoulders drop in the room because they've been through such a hard time, but they can see that they can take this as the opportunity to move forward and to create that vision and drive towards it with their teams, for their patients, for their communities. And we see the partners that we've worked with go on to do such incredible things. And I think it's not in a small part down to the inspiration you bring through that speech that you give to them. So through a number of years of Zareen working with us on that programme, we have started to create together a pilot, which Zareen mentioned earlier on, bringing together partners who are passionate about the period poverty movement. And we're currently piloting with 8 practices across the country, and they're testing out how GP practices work in terms of a donation and collection points. But really what we're also passionate about exploring as part of that pilot is there potential for improving health outcomes for some of those patients or members of the community who either even aren't registered with a GP or seldom come in. And so we're seeing that this is a force for good in so many different aspects. And the partners who are working with us, and Zareen and ourselves are coordinating that pilot. It's really so inspirational to see their passion rooting from your passion, and what that could become when we go into the new year and we look to roll that out further. So I'm truly honoured to have been asked to be part of this. So pleased that you're with us in partnership and that we're with you, and what you bring to the organisations that we work with and the individuals who have been able to go on to do such amazing things and really help all of us, particularly in this country, I guess, since that's where our GPs are based. But it's just such an inspiration. And we actually, I was passing a note to Steve, so Chief Executive of Qualitas, sat next to me, and inspired by your comment, Daniel, we're going to gift this gift to our alumni of Pathway to Partnership for their Christmas gift, because I think that will be such a fantastic continuation of that inspiring story for them. So well, thank you for the inspiration for today and for having us to be part of this. And I do apologise about the background noise, but I hope you could hear what I was sharing.
Thank you very much. It's really an honor to be here. Thank you very much, Dr. Zareen. I like the sound of Baroness Zareen as well, so let's get you in the House of Lords. And assalamu alaikum to everyone at Halimila School. It's really good to see you all here and so proud to be students there. So Dr. Zareen asked me to be here to talk about the importance of men getting involved in this topic. And there's a key moment in the book where Dr. Zareen rings up a man who's taking an important delivery, and she needs to sit him down and explain to him why feminine hygiene products are essential. It could be his mother, his sister, his own daughter. And so, I'm, as a man, I'm here to represent and encourage other men to read your story. And what better way, from one storyteller to another, to give a story just to explain why I think this is important. So about 4 or 5 years ago, probably the same time that we met Zareen at the Aspire Trailblazer event, I was working as the diversity lead for Amazon International Technology. And there was an American woman came to me and said, "Hey, Brian, where are the feminine hygiene products in the restrooms? I come from Amazon in America. We have them there. Why don't we have them here in Europe? I'm based in Luxembourg, and this is representing Europe, Middle East, and Africa." I said, "I don't know. Let me find out for you." And whether I was inspired by Zareen or informed, I don't know. But I went to our head of the facilities and I said, "Hey, why don't we get feminine hygiene products in all the women's restrooms?" I wasn't aware. I don't often go in those rooms. And they said, "Well, we have a lot of offices and warehouses across all of Europe, Middle East, and Africa. It would cost us a lot of money. And also, we work in Saudi Arabia and in Jordan and in Dubai. Maybe there's cultural differences that could stop that." And I was a bit skeptical. I thought, well, maybe there's cultural differences. Now I've read Zareen's book. I hope they're providing a jug of warm water in the Middle East toilets as well. Maybe that's for another story. But I didn't believe about the cost either. I mean, the CEO of Amazon builds a rocket to go into space. I'm sure we can find some money for feminine hygiene products. We have tissues, first aid kits. So I got some support. I got some. I set up the Women's Network at Amazon in Luxembourg, and I got some support from there, also from our executive sponsor, a French man, a vice president. And I said, "Hey, the women want feminine hygiene products." He said, "What kind do they want?" And he was involved. He has 4 teenage daughters, and this idea of a father of daughters reminded me of your book as well, Zareen. You talk about you and your sister going around the house shouting, "Oh, there's only one product left in the cupboard," and then within an hour, your father has kindly, replenished your supplies. And there's so many lovely testaments to your father in the book, whether he's being conspiratorial with you on the plane, or hugging you, or showing your mother how cling film can be used to tip over dal without it spilling. So I think it's wonderful when fathers are involved like that. So between us, we went back to the facilities team and we convinced them this was important. And then now all of the Amazon offices and warehouses around Europe, Middle East, and Africa now have feminine hygiene products in there. Maybe the next step is to try and get products with tourmaline. This is a great crystal based on aluminium, which absorbs the negative energy. So yeah, that's just a story how, as a man, maybe if I didn't know about it, or I was too embarrassed, I could have said no. But then look what can happen, when you open your mind to it. So I encourage other men to also to be open to your story and to be important to this topic. So that was what I wanted to say. I wanted to share a story and thank you again. I really was not surprised that you asked me to be here and to write a review for your book, but it's really a privilege for me, to be here with you and with everyone else who's here today. So congratulations on your book launch.
Thank you very much. That's an incredible introduction. I mean, feel slightly underqualified, really, to be on this, but it is an honor. So thank you, Zareen. Yeah, well, I suppose I'll just give a bit of a background, really, to ourselves. So I co-founded a full-service video production company based in the Jewellery Quarter in Birmingham, where I live. I didn't realize it'd be quite so international, this audience. So the details of where exactly we are is probably slightly irrelevant, but it's a beautiful place. So please come along when you can. I'm sure Brian knows it. We may have gone to a few pubs there. back in the day. Yeah, we sort of offer a very sort of diverse portfolio of services, live action, animation, VR. We have a sort of very sort of big focus on local talent as well, trying to retain them here in the Midlands rather than going off away, it's like Luxembourg or something crazy like that. Brian, mentioning no names. Yeah, and our philosophy has always been idea is everything, which includes how we've harnessed sort of the wider use of tech for the betterment of clients and of sort of the wider, society, really. Yes, we started Spark in 2016 and really just to sort of make sort of videos, really. And then we sort of made our first VR film because we just sort of, perhaps sort of stumbled upon it. A couple of clients had asked us about it. So we made our first sort of VR film back then. It was just a tour of the Coffin Works, which is a English heritage site in, again, within the Geordie Quarter in Birmingham. Very beautiful place. Please come along. And VR sort of had this kind of sort of big intro, big sort of like, it's going to be really impactful. And then sort of maybe sort of, it didn't die a death. It just sort of, all the hype sort of became slightly unhyped and then just sort of, but carried on working in the background. And that's what, and we never really sort of let it go. And we carried on pursuing VR along with our other stuff that we've done as well. And then more and more, VR has become more ubiquitous. And how does that relate to this webinar? Well, effectively, what we started to do is sort of create VR for really or use VR as a really powerful training tool. So we were working with other companies. For instance, there's a company called Fairway Care where we sort of explored wider mental health issues within social care. We're working with a company called Answer about the dangers of social media, grooming, depression, refugees, and knife crime. We're even working with the London boroughs, the police, and sort of refuge houses to really sort of try and explore how to create this powerful content as a training tool. And the reason is it's just VR is a really immersive medium. Yeah, you've got a captive audience. You are sort of, there's almost nowhere to hide in a way. You can't skip something. You can't really turn it off. You can if you want, but ultimately you are within this experience. Now that's when Zareen came along with with effectively a similar idea, for her menstruation awareness, project, and effectively we saw a kindred spirit. We saw a gift of a client for us, someone who basically aligned with our own pursuit of sort of creativity, or how creativity can deliver a wider impact. I think VR can offer such a powerful delivery of message, and we sort of really love what Zareen is looking to achieve. It's ambitious, it's a challenge, but there's one thing we love is ambition and a challenge. So yeah, I mean, idea is everything. It's about trying to disrupt a medium. It's trying to be different. It's trying to make people overwhelmed with a powerful experience to make points land, to make the messages land. And that's what we do with the films that we have made for Zareen. And again, it's broadened into a wider spectrum of themes as well. And it's not just about sort of menstruation awareness. Our projects with her sort of include menopause and the impact of that, the onset of that. It includes men, Brian, as well, which is good. It is, and about the sort of, the prospect of retirement, the prospect of, a child coming into their lives in the middle of the workplace. And I know Zareen's got ambitions now sort of even beyond that as well, and you know, and thankfully you know, we'll be part of that journey, because it is a journey that is exceptionally exciting, really. And there's sort of more avenues for us to, you know, explore, but providing we're still doing the things that Zareen wants us to do, which is to change mindsets, challenge norms, provide intuition for stuff, then yeah, we're really excited about the relationship and where we're sort of going forward with it, really. So yeah, look, Zareen, really sort of, you know, we're proud to be part of your journey. I mean, well done on this book, you know, and I just think with Zareen's case, I don't think you ain't seen nothing yet.
Zareen has tasked me with what, for me, I consider to be a true privilege, especially with all the sisters and daughters here from the Hilima College of Excellence. And that is to take us on a spiritual journey into the heart of the book. I'd like to take a moment to explore themes of kindness and the essential role of feminine energy and women's rights in global betterment. This is it runs through the heart of many of the facets of Zareen's work, as we know. And really, it has been culminated, if you like, within the gift. And that means that really the gift is more than a narrative, it's more than a book about entrepreneurship or Zareen's various projects. It's a spiritual odyssey, and it underscores the power of kindness. The book reminds us that in the face of adversity, kindness isn't just an act of compassion. It is a beacon of hope and a catalyst for change. Zareen, through her journey, teaches us that the light of kindness can illuminate the darkest of paths and guide us towards healing and transformation. And it's that I'd like to speak to just now, especially in this era we find ourselves in, where the world is grappling with a myriad of challenges, some of which Zareen and our amazing speakers today have referenced. The gift rekindles ancient wisdom, and that is the wisdom of feminine energy. This energy is not a gender attribute, it's a universal force that symbolizes nurture, intuition, and empathy. It's an energy that births innovation and fosters collaboration. It's an energy that, when harnessed, can lead to groundbreaking societal changes. And this brings me to an intrinsic link between women's rights and global betterment. Women for centuries have been custodians of this nurturing energy, yet their rights and voices have often been marginalized. The gift is a clarion call to recognize and bring forth this energy for the betterment of our world. And it's something that each and every one of us can take part in, can step into and take part in. It's a testament to the strength and resilience of women, a story that resonates with millions who strive to overcome adversity every day. The gift is more than a story of overcoming hardship. It's a spiritual guide to living a life of purpose and impact. It challenges us to embrace kindness, harness our feminine energy, and actively participate in the global movement for women's rights and empowerment. As we close this chapter and look forward to the next, let us carry the lessons of the gift and commit to being agents of change in our world. And as we dive into the gift, we're not just reading a book about embarking on a journey of self-discovery. We're invited to reflect on our own lives, find strength in our own struggles, and use our experience as a force for good. It's a journey that urges us to look within and find our own gift, our unique ability to contribute to the world in meaningful ways.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Sadia Noor. As the principal of the Halima School of Excellence, I'm here, you're immensely proud on this momentous day. We gather to celebrate Dr. Zareen Ahmed's embodiment of the dream transformed into the reality with the launch of her book, The Gift. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Zareen, the Halima Trust, and all who have supported this remarkable journey. Dr. Zareen's humanitarian and environmental endeavors through the gift wellness not only the honor the legacy of Halima, but also pave a path benevolence for generations to come. I pray that the gift will inspire the youth to engage deeply with their communities and contribute profoundly to the humanity. It is with the immense gratitude to Almighty Allah that I share the successes of Halima campus in Pakistan. Our campus is a beacon of hope, where countless Halimas strive towards a bright future. This academic year, we are nourishing 582 students at the matriculation level and 340 at the intermediate level college. To date, we have proudly seen 650 students graduate as well. Our graduates are making the significant strides across various fields. 200 are pursuing careers in engineering, IT, and software engineering. Another 175 students are dedicated to the medical profession and contributing the well-being of society. We also take pride in our 200 alumni who have embraced the noble profession of teaching, and 50 of our students have embarked now the new journey in marriage, carrying towards the value styling in them at Halima School. Each of these figures presents more than the numbers. They symbolize hope, resilience, and invite spirit of giving back to the community. It is the spirit that Dr. Zareen has captured in The Gift, a narrative that is the show to stir minds and hearts alike. On behalf of all the Halimas, past, present, and the future, I thank Dr. Zareen to her vision and her indomitable spirit. May the gift reach every corner of the globe, instilling the essence of kindness and the drive to make difference in the lives of many. And at the last, I salute to Dr. Zareen. You are supporting on the behalf of Muslim hands the pure quality of education, not in the school level, also in the college level. We are trying our best for the best future, for the best Pakistan future, inshallah. And we are waiting for you to come as soon as possible in Pakistan and meet with us. We are waiting for that. And a lot of sincere prayers for you, your family, and the brother, and all the members of your family, and all the trust of Halima. They are working with you. We are very happy with you and the team, a member of yourself as well. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Arusa Kamal, and today I here before you as both a product and a proud teacher of this school, Halima School of Excellence in Wazirabad. My journey began in 2010, a hopeful orphan student whose only wealth was the dream of education, a dream my mother cherished deeply for us. Alhamdulillah, it was divine grace that led me to the nourishing arms of Halima School, which generously supported and guided me through my formative years. The school's unique approach is activity-based learning, coupled with lessons on Islam and patriotism, profoundly shaped my perspective and values. Alhamdulillah, the Halima College of Excellence was where I completed my intermediate education, setting the foundation for my future. Today, as a teacher within these familiar walls, my heart swells with gratitude for the management who believe in me, offering me the chance to grow and contribute to the vision of this institution. It is now my deepest desire and commitment to the past on the torch of knowledge to the next generation of orphan and the needy students to provide them with quality education and a luminous future, just as Halima School did for me. This is more than a thank you. It is a pledge to continue the legacy of empowerment and excellence from our beloved sister, Halima. Thank you.
I prayed for change, so I changed my mind. I prayed for guidance and learned to trust myself. I prayed for happiness and realized I'm not my ego. I prayed for peace and learned to accept others unconditionally. I prayed for abundance and realized my doubt kept it out. I prayed for health and realized it is my health. I prayed for a miracle and realized I'm the miracle. I prayed for a soulmate and realized I'm the one. I prayed for love and realized it's always knocking, knocking, but I have to allow it in. Thank you.